This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
This is your first look at sports. I'm Jonathan Benson. The BAISS Best of 3 basketball championships tipping off yesterday at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. Let's go straight to the action. In junior girls play, Sack's Big Red Machine took a while to get going, but when they did, there was no stopping the choo-choo train. Sack takes game 1 from Kingsway, 35-21.
We really didn't play too good. We got out to a really slow start. We made a lot of turnovers, but in the end, we still won the game.
We didn't play too good. I think we could do more good on our defense and take good control of the ball.
There's always concern, but if you know the potential of your team, and once you keep trying to get them to do what they're supposed to do, then in the end, it came as it came.
Tonight, we made them miss the first shot, but they got a lot of second and third rebounds. 1 and 2 times, they got a 4th rebound. And loose balls, they just beat us just about all the loose balls tonight.
On to the junior boys now, and the Queens College Comets brushed off a slow start against the St. John's College Giants. The Comets win this one, 47-30.
We play sloppy from the start. We gotta get it together and make it back up in the end. We work hard the whole summer for this moment. I told the guys in the locker room, bring the hurdles there, bring the hurdles here, bring the cones and everything. They showed them, say, this is what we work hard for. This is what got at this moment, and they made it happen.
We started off slow, but after halftime we picked it up. Our defense really came on, and we got the win.
We played sluggish in the first and second quarter, but in the third, fourth quarter we played QC ball.
The Temple Christian Suns on upset alert in game 1 of the Senior Girls Championship. Sack's Big Red Machine came out to play, and they come away with a 47-39 victory.
We played good. We executed our defense, our offense. We played together as a team. Our coaches coached us well. We were able to come out and get the win. We started off slow, yeah, but we come together as a team to put it back together and come out with the win today.
We weren't rotating as we should on defense, and pretty much once we started rotating, we kind of actually upped the pressure and brought the defense up and it kind of worked for us.
The final game of the night was a showdown in the senior boys division between Sack and QC. This one went right down to the wire, with the Comets holding on for the win, 62-60.
We executed as our coach said. We said we know we could beat them. We work hard all year for this. This is what we came here to do.
Play hard, man. I know we had it in us.
We slacked off on the first half. We came back and played defense in the second half, and that's what won the game, defense.
The Bahamas Cricket Association hosting the ICC Americas Division II tournament this week at Haynes Oval. Teams are in town from Argentina, Belize, Panama, and the Turks and Caicos Islands. The winning country will be promoted to Division I, and members of Team Bahamas are confident that the hometown advantage will pay off.
I feel like we have the better team here. There's another good team, Argentina, and I think that's the only team that's going to give us some trouble.
We're going to do pretty good in terms of the ability of the players on the team. I think we have pretty good batsmen, and we have boys that can get the ball in the right areas and take wickets. And we have a pretty good fielding team.
All we came to do is execute what we practiced. We had a good coach. We did a lot of work out this weekend. We just ready to go.
This week is going to be a pretty good week. I'm sure that we're going to come first. I mean, we've been training hard for some months now. I don't see why we should come second in this tournament. I believe we should have a good end result.
Well, the Bahamas all set to host a women's professional golf event in the near future. The Pure Silk LPGA Classic will be played on the picturesque Ocean Club course, and tour officials are just counting down the days.
We really feel like we've got terrific partners here to make this a world-class event, and we'll be bringing the best women golfers in the world here in just 3 short months, 3.5 months. So we couldn't be more excited about that. Our commissioner is sorry he couldn't be here today, but he wanted me to relay this story to you that when he sent out the email to let the players know that we are coming to the Bahamas, he said it was one of the favorite emails that he's had to send in his 3 years as commissioner, because he knew that there would just be natural excitement right off the bat. And sure enough, that was the case. Our players are really looking forward to coming here. We really think it'll be a centerpiece of our schedule, at a key part of our schedule, frankly, leading into the second major of the year.
Well, the BAISS Best of 3 basketball championships said to continue tomorrow afternoon at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. 4 teams will be looking to bring out the brooms, while 4 others are playing to see another day in Game 3 on Thursday. Sacs Junior girls on a high note after taking Game 1 from Kingsway 35-21, and come Game 2, the Big Red Machine will be looking for the sweep.
We need to step up our defense and play and do a better job on offense.
We have to make the easy baskets. We have to do a better job of offensive rebounding.
We need to play the better defense and more control of the ball.
Like I told my big girls, they have to make some baskets.
On to the junior boys now, and the QC Comets will be one win away from the championship after a 47-30 win over St. John's in Game 1. They'll be looking for much of the same in Game 2.
They got to stay focused, that's all. You know, St. John's is of a long line tradition. They ain't going to come out half-stepping next game, so we got to play hard.
We just need to execute, make our free throws, and run our plays.
After suffering through a setback in Game 1 of the Senior Girls Championship, the Temple Christian Sons are hoping to flush that 47-39 loss to Sac out of their system and be ready for Game 2.
We just got to worry about watching the fast breaks as they go along, shutting on them offensively and defensively. We need to do better defense. Everybody needs to talk and just move the ball around.
I think just clean up on the things that we didn't do so well tonight. You know, kind of maybe work on a little bit more of the fundamentals, boxing out. We got beat a couple of times there. And just kind of keeping with our persons and keeping our assignments. Offensively, just working our offensive set, being a little more patient because we became a little impatient at times, but pretty much just being patient and execute on offense.
If Game 1 of the Senior Boys Championship was any indication, Game 2 should be just as exciting. QC beat Sac 60-60, and come Game 2, the Comets will look for much of the same, and the game plan is simple.
Defense, last turnovers.
Defense, that's it. Defense win game.
Well, plans have been announced for the 4th annual Caribbean Law Enforcement Basketball Championships. 7 visiting teams are expected to compete against the Royal Bahamas Police Force, the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, and the prison. The visiting teams include the Trinidadian Police and Defense Forces, the Jamaican Police, the police from Dominica, the Turks and Caicos Police, the police from St. Martin, and the Cayman Islands Police Force. Tournament organizer is Paul Smith.
This tournament is simply a tournament that put together so that we can have camaraderie amongst the lower rank in the police, the prison, and defense force, giving the officers an opportunity to elaborate and communicate with their fellow comrades, something that they don't have a chance to do periodically. The senior officers normally would have that privilege, and so it gives a good setting. We are pleading to the general public. You know, we've BTC, which used to be one of our major sponsors, they've fallen short with us this year. Nygaard Key had fallen short, and so we are now $15,000 in the res just trying to pull this tournament off, and so we want to ask the general public to come forward and actually assist us in putting on this tournament.
Now pledging their full support behind the 2013 Law Enforcement Championships are the Bahamas Basketball Federation and the Ministry of National Security.
We are proud to be the governing body of basketball within this country to ensure that this type of event, that is to raise funds for the less fortunate kids in our junior school, is well taken care of.
We all know that idle hands often find things to do that are not necessarily what we would like them to do. And in this case, this basketball tournament, I think, provides an excellent opportunity for young people to see the police force and the defense force in action in a different kind of combat. I wait with bated breath to see what will come of this.
Now, even though plans have just been announced for this year's Law Enforcement Challenge, the trash talking has already started between the Bahamian Police and Defense Forces.
I'm happy to see that the Defense Force just arrived. I thought they were running scared and they didn't want to come back out to be a part of this tournament.
They truly believe we are afraid. They need to see a doctor immediately. There is no fear in the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. We eagerly meet this challenge.
You know, you get to see guys like Freddie Slugger-Lightburn and Dario Stewie Seymour in this tournament. So I'm asking all of the public to come out to be a part of a healthy environment and watch the police once again annihilate law enforcement brothers from our country and from throughout the Caribbean.
We look at it as an opportunity to interact with our colleagues, as we must do this from time to time, and it's important for strengthening of relationships, and we are the premier force in the region, so it's only fitting that we ought to be here.
I hope you see that what the Defense Force did. They send someone who don't play basketball to this tournament, so he knows not what he talks about. You understand? I want them to send on Freddie or
But my voice speaks for his voice.
or McGregor.
My voice speaks for their voice.
See,
Huh?
let's take a picture
That
of this.
means nothing to me.
boys.
What we will do on the court. Let us get on the court.
That's the ring.
Well, after being postponed last year, it appears that the Bahamas Olympic Committee will soon be able to hold their elections. Here's BOC President Wellington Miller.
We're now waiting for the Constitution to come back from the IOC. And once that come back approved, the Executive Committee, along with the other delegates, will look at it and we approve it and send it back to them. And they will finally give us the approve on it, and after that, the election will be called.
Do you have any idea when that's going to be?
I think election might be either the end of February or early March. Depends on the time of the Constitution arrival and the time that we go through it. But it will happen within the first quarter of this year.
And finally in the segment, the Heavenly Angels Volleyball Club still waiting word on whether or not they will be able to host their high school girls tournament next month at the AF Adderley Gym. Club coach Cardinal Munker says more of these tournaments are needed in order to keep our young ladies on the right path.
We have a lot of guys, gentlemen tournaments per se, but I think at this time, you know, we're looking to have more. There should be at this time a tournament put in place for young ladies. I'm not saying this tournament would rival UCAM, but I'm not saying that. But I'm saying it's a start, you know, and if you start and if we partner with the Volleyball Federation, the Ministry of Education, others, who knows where it could lead to.